Hello, in today's video we are doing a DAOLAR EV portable charger review, and we'll tell you all about this charger, what it can do and what it can't do. First of all, just for full disclosure, I'm not being paid for this video. I do not earn any commissions from sales of the video, but they did provide the charger to me at no cost. Welcome back to E-Hermes, your electric adventure travel channel. Please remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and hit that bell button to be notified of our upcoming content. Let's start by diving right in and seeing what comes in the box. A lot of tape on the box, that's for sure. Okay. We have a mounting template for wall mounting. We have anchors and screws. We have an instruction manual, including a legend of all the light indicator descriptions and all the technical parameters on the back. Okay, so let's talk about the pros and the cons. Unfortunately, the major issue on this charger is this is only a 3.5 kilowatt capable charger. So you can only use 120 volts at 16 amps maximum. So for a really large battery like in a Lightning or a Hummer or a Rivian or even a Tesla, it's going to take forever to charge. It's almost kind of useless. If you had a very small European or Asian car or maybe motorbike, it might be suitable for that. But I know they make them up to 40 amps, and if they had sent me one of those, I'd be a lot more excited about this. But let's go ahead and see what the features are of this one that they did send. Right off the bat, you'll notice that it only comes with a single cord, so it's not replaceable like a Tesla mobile charger is. And it's a maximum 20 amp. That's the vertical and the horizontal prongs and the ground. Now, it does, and we'll demonstrate this later, it does allow you to reduce the amperage, and that's important maybe if you have other loads on the circuit or things like that. So there are a couple uses where this would be really good. It would be really good if you were like storing a vehicle for a long time and you just wanted to keep this to kind of trickle charge it and keep it topped off or at 50% wherever you store your battery. But to charge a vehicle from 0 to full, especially a large battery vehicle, this would be somewhat problematic. Before we go any further, we need to clear up some confusion that you may have seen that even I had earlier in the video. The plug that comes on the charger is a NEMA 620, 20 amps, 240 volts. So that's almost what you would get from a dryer outlet and about almost half what you'd get from a NEMA 1450, which is 50 amps and 240 volts. Unfortunately, what you find most often in North America, if you have a 20 amp outlet at all, it has this slot on the side. This is a NEMA 520, 120 volts, 20 amps. Only half the total capacity of the 240 volt 20 amp. The problem is, for good reason, this won't fit. If you look here, with the ground on the bottom, the horizontal blade is on the left, but on the plug with the ground on the bottom, the horizontal leg is on the right. So it won't fit, and it's not supposed to fit. The only way to make it work is with an adapter. As you can see, this adapter is a 15 amp. Both of the blades are vertical with the ground. It'll plug into this one. It'll actually even plug into this one over here, which is just a 15 amp outlet. It's a 20 amp circuit. There's only one circuit in here. He put the one 20 amp so I could plug things like this in. So now if you plug that in, you see here on the adapter, well maybe you can't see, if I get a little closer, you can see that it's got the horizontal on either side. So it doesn't matter which side you're using. So this will allow you to convert the plug from 240 volts to 120 volts. It does not change the voltage though. That's very important. You could do something dangerous if you weren't careful. Fortunately, the charger itself allows you to vary the voltage of the amperage. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to plug this in and then start charging. Now the problem is the charger is capable of 3.5 kilowatts of capacity. Unfortunately, when you reduce the voltage in half, you cut that in half. So now we're only going to get it 1.75 kilowatts. And you'll see when we look at the vehicle's display how that affects the charging times, and it lengthens it significantly. I currently have the Rivian R1S plugged in to a NEMA 1450 outlet with a 32 amp capacity charger. It's actually my Ford Mobile connector. And you can see that that's going to give us 6.3. The voltage must be down a little bit today and this will vary. The voltage varies from when we say, some people say 220 volts, some people say 240 volts. It varies based on the incoming power, and that's expected, and devices are made to deal with that. Today we're getting 6.3 kilowatts at 32 amps, 240 volts. Let's see what we get when we go to 16 amps, which is all you can get from a 20 amp outlet, at 120 volts. The other thing you'll notice is we're currently at 59%. To go to 70%, which is 11, it would take 2 hours and 21 minutes. Let's see how that changes as well. When you first plug it in, it gives you the current voltage you're receiving from the power company. In this case, it's 123.9 volts. It gives you the amperage you're going to charge at. And the important thing about this charger is it is selectable. So we can go as low as 6 amps, 10 amps, 13 amps, and as high as 16 amps. This is a 20 amp circuit, and so you're allowed to draw 16 amps on it. But if you have other loads on that same circuit, if it's not a dedicated circuit, you might want to reduce that to, say, 10 amps or even 13 amps if you only have a few other loads on it. We're going to set it for 16 amps. I don't think there's anything else plugged into it. And then let's plug it into the vehicle and see what the vehicle tells us is going to happen. All right, here we go, plugging it into the Rivian R1S. It's going to connect. Flashing green light tells you that it's starting to charge. Let's see what the display shows. As I suspected, we are only getting 1.6 kilowatts of input. That is going to take an awful long time. In fact, it will take over 12 hours just to put in the 11%. So that's the problem when you reduce the voltage and the amperage, but particularly the voltage, you cut everything in half. So I've been rather hard on this particular charger because it is just not sufficient for my needs. It's more a use case issue than anything else. As I said earlier in the video, if you had a very small car with a small battery or a motorcycle and you wanted to charge with it for roughly $110, which is what this retails for, I think it would be a great bargain for you. However, if you have a large vehicle like a Lightning or a Rivian or certainly a Hummer and even a Tesla that has 72 kilowatt hour batteries for their larger pack, this isn't going to get it done. What you really need in that case is something that will charge at 240 volts, which this will, but at off a NEMA 1450 outlet, so you get a full 40 amps. The good news is DAOLAR does make such a unit. They have a 9.6 kilowatt, 48 amp maximum, 240 volt charger, and it only retails for slightly more. Well, it's about twice as much. It's $209 currently. To me, if I were going to spend the money, that would be a much better deal. If I can get my hands on one of those, I would love to do a review of that because I think that would be much more satisfactory for my use case. And I think most people in North America, unfortunately or fortunately, however you want to look at it, for whatever reason, those of us in North America really like our big vehicles. I'm not sure that's going to change, so you need a big charger to make that work. We hope you enjoyed this video looking at the DAOLAR 3.5 kilowatt charger. If you did, please hit the like button, please subscribe, and please hit that bell button to be notified of our upcoming content. Thank you!